Hello everybody and welcome back to City Skylines with me, TW1. In this episode, I'm going to pose to you a question. Are you struggling with traffic? Are your roundabouts looking like this? Have you then been recommended a mod called Traffic Manager President Edition? Have you been through? You learnt this mod. You've used all the tools of it. You put the restrictions on your roundabouts. You put the giveaway signs. You've done your lane connectors on your highways. And there is still nothing you can do. Your traffic is still bad. It's still in around the 60% mark. And your city is still suffering because of it, with garbage problems and other issues like that. Well, I have the solution for you, and it is called not throwing all your traffic through one roundabout. Okay, so this is a base little city just to make a demonstration. This is, to the extreme, but it's something that I see quite commonly, and you will see all over the place when you look at bad city fixes, and you look at some people on the workshop or on Reddit saying, hey, I'm struggling with traffic, what have I done wrong? Well, this is a very basic little setup. You've got some residents down here, you've got some shops over there, you've got some industry over there, and then you jam some offices around all of it to make sure the noise protection is good, so you can keep all of the noise in the areas you want to keep it, so your residents are happy and nice and quiet. Well, what you have failed to do though, is you have only given your traffic one option. You've only given all your sims one option. That option is get in the car and drive to where they need to be. This roundabout is being overloaded. This is why it won't work. It's because it is too much. I've been through this city. I've done all of the traffic manager stuff there is to do with all of these junctions. I've done the lane stuff. I've done the giveaway signs. I cannot do any more with traffic manager because traffic manager is not a tool to fix problems. It is a tool to optimize good road systems. This road system is just bad. Now, I'm going to show you one quick little trick that I do to get cars off the road. And it is not public transport. It is something that I don't see people doing enough. And it's something that is so undervalued. It's going to be the power of the path. The path is just such an excellent tool. You have many options when it comes to all of the DLCs. In the base game, you'll have this one, which looks like that, just a standard little path. And then you have the dirt one, which looks like that. If you then go and get After Dark DLC, you get the bike one, Park Life DLC, you get all the park ones, and the university ones, you get the university ones. Pretty simple. What we're now going to do is we're going to give some elevated paths along this main road for all of our residents, because it's going to do a couple of things. One, it's going to get the pedestrians away from these junctions. They're not going to be crossing the road and getting in the way of cars. Secondly, we're then going to connect it up to the industry zone on our left and the commercial zone on our right, and we're going to see the amount of people who will be hopping out of their cars instead of in their cars and onto their bikes and on, into the little walking boots as they fancy going for a walk. So, just going to very quickly put in some pathways, very scruffy. Not particularly the prettiest thing to do in the world, but we're just going to do it like that. There we go then. Not exactly the prettiest thing, but it is in place. We can tidy this up if you ever want to do it yourself. I do recommend playing around with different designs. Some of the different pathways, by the way, look really cool as bridges if you do feel like using them. I think my favourite is probably the zoo path, which if you upgrade that, you get that little cool wooden look. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is I'm now going to show you how effective these pedestrian paths are. It's getting people off the roads, out of their cars and walking about. So, I'm just going to sit over here. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to watch this junction over here get absolutely mullered with waves upon waves of private vehicles. And we're going to slowly start seeing, that's right, all of the people. Look at all of the people who are now walking to where they want to be. No longer care about cars, they no longer need to use their car, and effectively we have just gotten so many. Look at all of these people are people who would normally be in a car, and look how many cars we've just gotten off our roads. Now if you do this yet again, same thing, say in your commercial zone and then in your industry zone, you're going to save yourself a lot of traffic. Now, it isn't going to be the be-all and end-all when it comes to your traffic, because the industry needs a little bit more than just workers. It also needs supplies and it needs goods. But this is a great way of connecting your residents to your commercial and your industry zones. if this is the style of housing that you want to go for, this is the style of a city that you want to go for, a very blocky kind of style, very grid-like, very detached, use pathways, because holy, look at that. Look at the absolute swarms of people you can get off your roads, and instantly, as you can see, this junction now works. This junction is now free. I'm about to do the same thing. I'm going to do the same thing in our commercial zone and in our industry zone to see how much better we can get our traffic percentage. There we go then. I have placed in all of the pathways. I just decided to do some dirt ones on this side with the wooden bridges, and I decided to throw in some of the park DLC standard city park paths on this side as well. It just looks a bit different. I forgot one guy there. I can already see people swarming to these pathways. This is crazy. Now, what is the other bonus of this? Apart from having lots and lots of people on elevated pathways who are not going to get in the way of your traffic, who are not going to be walking all over the place, what's another advantage of this? Well, it then creates this buffer. You can see this buffer when it comes to the zoning. You do lose some zoning, but look at the buffer it gives your junctions so they can react a little bit better and get the vehicles going the way they want. These main roads are a little bit easier to flow through. It saves time. It's just the better way of doing it. Not zoning on your main roads, especially in commercial and industry zones, is something that's really integral, I think, to having a good main city hub when it comes to your road network. Because main roads are allowed to then just do one thing, and that is drive. You don't have to pull over to the side for any building. You don't have to do any of that. All they do is they get to where they want to be going, meaning they can be in the right lane at the right times, and that's pretty much it. Now, has it worked? Has it improved the traffic flow? We can see all the people. We've got all of the people in the commercial zone. All of the people using these pathways over there. They are all over the place. They are like swarms of ants. Swarms. Even in the industry zone, people are walking to work. If you wanted to see how well your pedestrians are going, if you just go into this tool right here, you turn all of this bad boy off, apart from your pedestrians, and then just click on a section of that, and look at that. Look at how fast some people are walking. So there's a guy over here. He's walking from this in and around this area, and he is going he could be going anywhere. They will walk all over the place. They will bike all over the place, and you've just got so many cars off the road. It is going to help your traffic flow. It's not going to make your traffic flow perfect, because there are still some issues that we need to discuss, but it is going to improve. Traffic flow percentage is up to 72%. It was about 63%. So we've gone up about, you could say about 8%. 8% for just adding in some walking paths. That is what I would call a win. Now, how do we improve upon it further? How do we make this even better? The main issue is going to be your industrial traffic that is trying to get imported goods and your industrial traffic that is trying to supply your commercial zone. What is the way that we can help this out? Well, pretty simple. We just need to add a bridge, something that we need to do a little bit more often in our cities, and I see people not do this very often. So you just need to add a bridge. So if you just add a little highway bridge like that over the top, and make sure you use the fastest road available. Now, what do I mean by that? This road has a speed of 100. Compare that to this 2-lane avenue road has a speed of 50, meaning any cargo vehicles that want to go from the industrial zone to the commercial zone will take this road. It is the quicker and more optimal route because it is the faster route, and that will really help out. You can also just make a couple of little extra connections. Maybe you want to use a connection over here, so right in here, bang, into bang, and now people can drive their cars to the industrial zone if they want, without going through the main road, or without going through this roundabout. Same on this side as well, just through there, just bang in a road, and people can drive to the commercial zone and to the residence zone and to and fro without using this roundabout. And instantly, just by making, a couple of tweaks, been running the game a little while, with some paths in, with 3 roads. That's all I've added. 1 road, 2 road, that road, and a very over-the-top walking system. I will admit, this is a little bit OTT. You can simplify that and tidy it up. But, points made. Traffic flow percentage, 83%. That is a 20% improvement by doing what? losing a few houses, losing a few businesses, losing a few industry, and adding in a few roads. That's a win to me, isn't it? That is a win for me. So that's my little tip for you guys. Pedestrian paths, and add these little bridges. Add little roads like this. Don't make it so you have one zone that's not connected to another zone. Don't overload your roundabouts. If you don't overload your roundabouts, they'll flow like this. They'll flow perfectly well, and your traffic flow percentage will go up no end, making your city work better, and then you can start hearing the upgrades ding, ding, ding along. So yeah, that is all of the advice and little tips I can give for you. If you want to see how I've implemented it into my city save, I have a vanilla city series save. That will be a link in the description. Hit like, hit subscribe if you learned something new. And as always guys, peace out.